Two cousins on the road find out what drives the industry that has taken America by storm. From mom and pop shops to the industry leaders, discover why these business owners do what they do and how they've become successful in such a young, diverse, and lucrative industry that is estimated in $8 billion in revenue. Join us for an exclusive sneak peek behind the scenes of the vape industry. This is the Mitten Roadshow.
Yeah. Dude, GoPro video is so dope. Yeah. This is what we get to see here. Yeah. It's a rather boring drive. It's the old ski town.
Nice smooth transition there.
I like to do really, really smooth transitions. You never even see it happening. We don't even have to edit these, it'll just look like an edit. Maybe not.
I was late.
Oh yeah, right. Why don't you explain why you were late? Guys, we gotta leave at 9. I get a text at 9:10. Just woke up.
I said sorry.
It's all good.
I was there, ready to go at 9, and I started moving stuff. Jamie's over, like, talking to everybody. Hey, how's it going? How's your night last night? I go to this strip club all the time. It was in Turkey.
I was moving into my new house.
Yeah, well, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Is that like a careful euphemism?
No, it was for real. My wife and I had the kids babysat by grandma and grandpa, and we moved our new house.
Did you guys get a lot of stuff in there?
Oh, yeah. I see we all wear chesties.
You saw all weird shit.
I need a double XL chest, dude.
They're elastic. They stretch around. I feel like I'm wearing a gun. Like I'm getting ready to...
Dude, did you see the picture I posted on Facebook?
Yeah.
So my marketplace is all like, I mean, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden, Anthony, I'm scrolling through, and it's like a camper, a quad, a dirt bike, a couple dune buggies, and then I just see a dude with his shirt off with like a leather like chest harness.
With those like
like
little, like a not spiky things, but like it's black, little silver, you know,
like rings on it, so you can like hook a leash up to. Yeah, some dude is selling it for Battle Creek for 40 bucks. So in case you're interested. Somehow this is considered work. I'll take it.
I knew there was another one.
It's upset. You've hurt his feelings. Let's shut down whatever over here.
You guys are the hosts of the show, not me.
Yeah, but I like you being in the fucking B-roll shots.
You're the personality.
Yeah. I'm pretty
If
blunt.
I were the personality, I'd be on this side of the camera.
Okay, he's not the personality.
Why don't you be on that side of the camera? You try it out today. You do the interviewing.
I'll tell you what, I'll do an interview when you take off the auto exposure on the drone.
I can't figure it out.
TV and an Xbox. We don't really need an Xbox though.
Are you fucking dumb? Xbox is going there for sure.
Alright.
Are you fucking dumb?
Are you silly?
You silly?
Are you silly?
I was gonna say that, but I feel like I've said it way too much recently.
No.
You know he's gonna be on Tosh.0 like tomorrow or today or something?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Who is?
Larry Enticer.
Well, who's Larry Enticer?
The guy that we always quote, the guy who jumps his fucking shitty snowmobile and like crashes and he gets up and he's like, oh, that hurt, and his fucking glasses are all sideways. Oh, another day, another beer, and then he tries again, fucking crashes again.
He's like, yep, snow's a little soft.
The video you've never seen it? The video starts off and he's like, just woke up from a little nap, it's kind of dark out here. You silly? Still gonna send it, and then he just launches his fucking snowmobile. Like,
Isn't it like a 1986 too? Or
oh yeah, it's super fucking old. It's a super underpowered piece of shit.
Is it VHS like looking tape too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like straight like 1986 like. He's got jeans and a denim jacket on. And he calls himself Denim Danger.
What?
Yeah, dude.
So
He's
do you
got a
guys?
super bad mullet. It's fucking dope.
Do you know him at all?
No.
I feel like you should.
I tried to reach out to him via Facebook. Didn't get a response back.
He wasn't as responsive as Rick.
Rick Astley. Did you guys know that Rick Astley acknowledged Charles and I on Facebook one time?
I was so excited. I think I told my mom.
Dude, I told everybody. I'm not lying.
So we should try to have some more Rick rolls in this video.
You know what I couldn't believe?
Charles and I tagged him like 35 more times. Never got another response. Probably thinks we're creepy now.
Some of the people that I told didn't know what I was talking about when I said Rick rolled. That rhymed.
Really?
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Little Dr. Seuss moment.
Today we're at E-CIG Outlet in Muskegon, and we're talking with Tom and Mark. So they're the founders of it, and we want to hear their story. So tell me, so which one's Mark, which one's Tom?
I'm Mark.
Okay.
I'm Tom.
Okay. And how did you guys get into the business?
Well,
Was it just an idea, or?
I was about a 25-year smoker.
Wow.
Tom had been using the e-cigarette for a couple years.
Okay.
He kept saying to me, try it. And finally I tried it. And it took me a minute, but I started to really like it.
Yeah.
And then I think from there we started seeing the emergence of the industry. And
Like, what year was this? I mean,
this was in 13.
okay.
Probably mid-13, would you
Yeah,
say?
probably spring.
And we
2013.
started talking and figuring out how we could get involved, and I saw that it was coming. I mean, as a smoker,
Sure. You saw the evolution.
I
and-
saw it, and how much better I started feeling. And I thought, man, if I can do it, I mean, it's probably the similar story of everybody, but
So you were a 25-year smoker.
Yeah.
What did you smoke?
Marlboro Red.
And then were you a smoker too?
Yeah, I was probably around the same, maybe even 27 years. I
Wow.
smoked Marlboro Ultralights, and I quit. You know, I honestly, you know, I mean, I enjoyed smoking. I never smoked that much. I was definitely under a pack a day smoker, but you know, when I smoked it, I enjoyed it. And
Sure.
I quit on March 30th, 2012, so I just passed my 5-year, but I did the patch, Chantix, the gum. I even got hypnotized once, and my dad died of lung cancer, you know, and I couldn't quit. And so the e-cig, when I quit, that's when I started pestering him. And kind of like a lot of people, he's like, oh, they're going to find out that that's bad for you later
Sure.
too. And but he finally got on it, him and his wife both.
So was
got
it a
on the
certain
e-cig.
flavor that made you quit, or was it just like it was time, or?
Yeah, it was time. My kids were young. I didn't want, to set the example.
Yeah.
They're gonna do what you do, and I was tired of smoking, but I never thought I could quit. And got going on that, and it was really hard. I started with one flavor out of
Tobacco.
tobacco
Yeah.
flavor from
Tobacco.
a little shop in Grand Haven, I think it was.
Are they
And,
still around, the shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but every time I went, they were out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is terrible.
So they probably got it from a manufacturer.
Oh, I'm sure. And
I
then,
think it was USA Tobacco, wasn't it?
I can't remember even, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I think it was USA
I was 11 when you
Tobacco.
guys started.
Yeah. So then, my son's a hockey kid.
Sure.
So I was driving all over for hockey, and you have these 4-hour breaks, and I'd go look for vape shops.
Yeah.
There weren't a whole lot of them to find. And I did find one, and the parking lot was packed.
Sure.
And that's when I called Tom and said, hey,
So now, what's
got
your
an idea.
What's
I
your
don't know if we
background?
can
Like, what do you
do that.
guys like? How are you guys? Are you guys friends from school?
Yeah,
or?
we've been friends for like since I think 7th grade when we met in middle school.
Okay.
Been friends ever since.
Did you guys do any business ventures together, or?
No, we've both been self-employed though. I've been, you know, I had started with a tree removal business when I was like 19. I was in the cable business for a while. Then my wife and I had 3 ice cream franchises, so I had small-scale retail experience. You
Sure.
know.
And what were the ice cream names?
Marble Slab Creamery. It was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
like Cold Stone, but it was actually the original where they mixed it up on the slab.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We had, you know, it's the same thing as this. It's
Sure.
just you're selling a different product, but it was small scale. You know, dozen employees. You know, order, prepare, sell at a higher price. It was
Sure.
a lot of the same that we do here. So, and Mark has been self-employed pretty much.
No, what'd you do, Mark?
Merchant services,
Okay.
credit card processing, so a one-man sales.
Are you guys doing your own processing here?
Yeah,
Are we?
You know, well,
Or no, we're not. No.
We probably used to.
But I told the guy.
Did he try to beat you up over
Well,
price?
we were
You're like, I know.
we were worried. I was worried sick. I'm like, I don't want a business to ruin our friendship. And
Yeah.
because I make money on the processing side, I said, man, I don't know if we should. You know, I'm making money on this. What if? You know, I just
But
didn't want
also,
anything
you-
to get in the way of it.
He didn't
So-
want there to be a conflict with his person either. That he processes and now owns the business. You know,
Sure.
he just, you know, we've always done things
Because of the
legit
E-CIG
and-
industry, or?
Well, just because now he's a business owner and processes at his own store. You know, he wasn't quite sure how that would look, and just wanted to avoid any, you know, impropriety of any way. So
Yeah.
we just went with our local bank to do the processing. But you know, you probably know. Guys like him call the store constantly.
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, nope.
That's like
we're
the
good.
bank. I said, this will be the cheapest one you ever write, but the easiest one you ever service.
Exactly.
I've never seen him again.
Yeah.
It's free money.
But he got us really good rates because he knew exactly, you know, this is what we want. I know you can give that to us. So it benefited us that he was in the industry, even though he didn't write the deal himself. Because we, you know, when people call, I tell them our rates, and they're like, all right, I get it. So that's the easiest
can't
way to get
touch
them off
that.
the phone. Yeah.
So you guys are both self-employed. So you guys started with $1 million to start this up, right? Like what is the dollar amount? Is it like, hey, I got 5,000, I got 5,000?
I think even back then, what was it?
It was 10 each.
10,000
It was
I
10
think
each
we started with.
that we were hoping we could get it all done. And we actually did a little business plan prior to, you know, I'd had a little experience, like I said, so the signage, the build out, the startup inventory, little labor costs till you get some deposits rolling in, and we put the pencil to it. We were really close. I mean, we were within maybe $1,000 of
Wow.
getting the store open. But when we opened, it was bare. We did Mark more, but did all the construction. We did the painting. You know,
Yeah.
we did all that stuff ourselves.
So you started with just like probably 2 cases and like a bunch
I
of
think it
Eagle
was just
pens?
that case right there was the only case that we had when we opened it. And for at least 3 months, everyone that would walk in would say, "You guys just opened?" You know, it kept going on for months until we started putting stuff on the walls. I mean, this is a big place when it's bare. You know,
Yeah.
when it's bare, it's like we moved in here, remember, and we're like, what are we ever going to do with all this space? We're never going to fill it all.
And now it's like, we need more space.
We need more space. Yeah.
So you guys have 3 locations. Are they all owned together? Like,
So we own this one together. Mark has a store in Grand Rapids, and I have a store in Big Rapids.
Okay.
But we followed the same business plan. All stores have the same flavors. They have the same concept of sampling. Pretty much, you know, a handful of national brand juices and a lot of the same hardware and same process. You know.
so this one is like, you know, you guys split the profits 50-50.
Yep.
The profits from the Grand Rapids store are yours. The profit from Big Rapids is yours.
Correct. Yep.
And now, why Grand Rapids and why Big Rapids?
Well, we drove around a lot. You know, it was one of those things where, man, you know, we looked at a lot of places, so we didn't know if we were making the right decision. I mean, we went probably from Manistee to Kalamazoo, as far east as, we weren't interested in Lansing, but we did go as far east as Ionia, and we looked at a lot of places, and, you know, decided to do them separate because the industry's facing some stiff regulations, so we wanted to get a couple open quicker, and so we just drove around and met with people, did car counts, did radius searches of median income, how many people live there, how many businesses are there, And
Probably the same stuff you guys you learned from your marble slab.
that's exactly what I learned. And the good thing about that, the good and bad thing was it was a franchise. So I learned a lot, but the bad thing was, you had to follow rules. But that kind of prepared me for this regulatory industry we're in now, that, there's rules to follow. I mean, my wife wanted to put a certain plant in the bathroom, and there was only certain plants you could choose from to have in your bathroom. So we got kind of trained on
following the rules. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys both live in Muskegon? So one takes a drive to Grand Rapids and one takes a drive to Big Rapids.
Correct.
And
I live in Spring Lake. I grew up in Muskegon, but I live in Spring Lake. Mark lives in North Shores.
Sweet. So what's your favorite thing about the industry? I mean, is there things you just love?
I personally love helping people. I mean, everybody goes in business to make a living, so that is definitely part of it. But honestly, when we have, 72-year-old woman that comes to the door who's been smoking menthols for 50 years and never thought she'd see the day in her life when she quit. And then we have a lot of people in their 70s that will come in and just say hi, thanks, just say hello when they open the door. And it's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks. We had a gentleman in here the other day who was 82 and he'd been smoking since he was 11. It's the longest smoker that we have, 71 years. And he's still smoking, but he's cut way down. So that's what I love. I love seeing people's faces when they quit and they never thought in their lifetime they would ever quit.
Yeah.
For me, that's the best.
What is the thing you despise? What is the thing about this industry you're just like, I don't like it? I mean,
the regulations for me, and probably for Mark too. We've worked so hard on following them, and in the last year, you see a lot of shops have closed. Not interested in jumping through the hoops, but we figure we spend about $600 a month in labor hours with the label up, the product listing we had to upload, all the different things at every 6-month interval that we have to jump through. And the problem that bothers me is they don't know what they're doing. We've called them.
It's kind of like wishy-washy, oh, let's do this.
It is.
And then they're like, well, let's just push it back because it wasn't written right.
Right. Or we didn't realize we were going to get slammed with all these uploads at the very end. You know what I mean? And I just
shut down servers.
Nobody has answers for any
We have
questions.
a friend of ours had 120. Correct me if I'm wrong. 128,000 SKUs.
Wow.
So 128,000 SKUs.
Sure.
And they were like, we're not going to send them a file. They said either you can print them or ship them. We're going to make them scan them all. So they shipped them a crate of paper. Really? I mean, 128,000. Can you imagine? Wow. And then the man hours on the other end too.
Sure. Exactly.
I mean, it's just silly. I mean, I think that when it comes to regulatory, we're far away from having it being legit. I mean, they say you have to have it done by this time, but I think to have everything coded and in the system is going to be years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way.
I agree.
So do I. But it makes it hard to move forward with the expansion plan.
Yeah.
Business plan.
Well, it's kind of depressing when you feel like, man, everything's going great,
and
then it could be just shut down.
And the thing another thing, he's exactly right. We have a lot of plans, like you guys. We want to move forward and we want to continue helping people. But it's hard to open up another location, or you can't launch a juice line. So the juice line that we just released were house flavors that we had that we just put in a bottle and put a different label on them because of the sales history and all the rules that you have to jump through. And I just feel like the regulation is definitely needed. Yeah. But to wipe out the industry is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, you want to get rid of the people who are making the juice in their back room.
Yeah, of course.
Or the back alley. That's what you want to get rid of. But if you haven't, we can see right here, it's very transparent. It's not like you guys are hiding things you do. It's great. So, I think you guys are doing a great thing. What's the biggest mistake you guys ever made here? Is there a business mistake? It sounds like you guys are pretty prepared and you guys worked through everything pretty good. Was there I don't know.
Sometimes you hire the wrong person. Okay. That's really hard to, we actually do a dual screening and we let these guys lately pick the person because they deal with the customers more. Mm-hmm. They'll interview them, let them know what Mark and I require.
Like the GM of the store or something?
Yeah, and then Mark and I will interview them. So we really try to pre-qualify the best that we can, but for me, I just can't think of too many like really treacherous decisions we made or super bad mistakes. But hiring's always the hard part for me.
Well, it helps when you start a business with, with a surplus of 20,000. A lot of people we've talked to have started with $400, $500.
Sure.
Wow.
Well, I think that was part of the success was, being in a all cash position with zero down.
Yeah.
You can make some mistakes in ordering
and just chalk it up as
ordering and hey, we lost that, but we're okay.
When we opened, our only mod was the iTaste 134. That was the only mod we had.
It came in like a metal case.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it came in like a
VTR
1430s, like a weird.
Yeah, and then we had the Vamo, I think, but we actually got a really I swore I'd never do retail after the ice cream stores.
And now you're here full time.
So I talked him into trying the E-CIG, and he's talking me into doing the store. And we were actually trying to go to this center over here, and we were denied because Admiral Tobacco's there.
Oh, okay.
And it's not a dual use in my mind, but the landlord said that they're kind of protected under any type of nicotine and all. So I said it's over, and I'll just keep on vaping. I'm really happy I quit smoking. And Mark kept looking, and he found this spot, and this is the reason that changed my mind was this location, because landlord's been here forever. This building's been here forever. He gave us a handshake, gave us cheap rent, said no lease, just don't move out in the middle of the night. So we've never had a lease here. Wow. We didn't have to get involved in a 3-year bankruptable deal if things went wrong. So we had to do it. Like there was no loan and no lease. So therefore we were pretty safe.
So you guys could, if let's say the FDA said you're done, you guys could say, okay, say your landlord,
30 days,
we're done, and be out.
30 days,
be without any cash.
Yeah, we never inked anything. We never signed. I don't even know if he knows my last name.
How long have you guys been here? Because this is your first location.
Probably came in September of 13.
Wow.
To start building out, and then we opened on December 9th. It took us about 2 months, so December 9th, 2013 is when we opened.
Okay. What are you guys vaping on now? Like, what is your go-to vape?
I'm more of a fruit person, so any variable of strawberry I seem to be happy with, but as a long-time smoker, I do keep some tobacco around at all times.
So you still want that taste of the rich tobacco?
I do.
So this is called Pink Hooch. It's a watermelon strawberry fruit mix. So what kind of nic do you vape on?
I'm at 3.
Okay. Yep. So what did you start when you did it?
24.
Okay. Was that the highest you guys?
I was probably.
We do 30.
I was a one-man salesperson, so I don't know. I went through 2 packs of cigarettes every day.
Yeah.
Whether that was a bunch of half cigarettes, because every time you get in the car, you have one, or whatever. All your bad habits of smoking. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and you're buying 2 packs. I always said I'm a 2-pack-a-day smoker.
Yeah.
So
when you first tried that, the 24, was it like, oh God, it's too much, or was it like kind of a perfect?
I think it was kind of the opposite.
You feel like you needed more?
Yeah, I was back and forth for probably a month or 2.
Yeah.
And,
but it was an iClear 16 back then, not this. So
the draw was a lot different.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, Tom, what kind of device do you use?
I use an Alien.
Okay.
And I've got like 3 of them. It's my favorite device. I've been vaping the same thing since I quit smoking for 5 years. It's in the tobacco family. It's been our number 1 or number 2 seller for almost 5 years. It's called Holy Grail. It's a medium-bodied caramel tobacco. And so what we did was when we did our Michigan Moonshine line, I made one with that being the base.
Okay.
A little vanilla, a little caramel,
stuff,
but the Holy Grail is the majority of the ingredients. So I'll vape this constantly. Recently, this cake from our desserts line.
Oh yeah.
Those are the only 2 flavors I vape like in 5 years. And the cake I just started a month ago. It's the first flavor I've ever been able to vape other than the Holy Grail.
Sure. So this is your, it's kind of like Jamie. Jamie vapes Prism Red all day. I mean, he's just a Prism Red all day kind of guy.
No vape tongue? Wow.
Yeah, he never changes.
Okay.
Every once in a while, he'll throw something in. He's like, oh, that's a horrible decision. And he just immediately regrets it. I mean, you
gotta change your coil?
Yeah. And it just, he's got to pop a new coil in. So
that's awesome.
So the 100 proof has got the caramel vanilla RY4, so it's kind of like your tobacco. And then the desserts. Now this is a 2 flavor line, right?
Correct.
Okay, so there's a cake. It's probably like a coffee cake or something.
It's
or?
a lemon pound cake, but real light on the lemon. It's a bakery lemon. If you don't like lemon, you don't have to be too concerned about not trying it because it's a super light bakery lemon. And then the other one would be the cappuccino. It's butterscotch, caramel, little pistachio cappuccino.
Yeah. Now, what other lines? You got the E-CIG outlet line, right?
Well, that's the house juice. We have about
How many
we had about 7,800 SKUs to do. So I think we have like 212 or 190 or something like that.
We've eliminated a few, but I'd say 150.
So you guys have everything from like watermelon, banana, like single flavors to like more complex stuff.
Yeah. And then we did the E-CIG originals there. Those are things that we made out of the base flavors that we get.
Okay.
Watermelon.
Sure.
The E-CIG
Because some people
originals.
just want cherry,
Right.
you know, or they just want cherry and then they'll like put a couple dashes of watermelon or custard in it.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know that's another thing that kind of sucks for us is that we've always done what our customers want. You know, with the new regulations, you know, you can't add nicotine, you can't put banana in with strawberry. If you don't already have a SKU for it, you can't do it. And that was a learning curve for us because, you know, we basically had to explain that we can't. You know, we would love to, but we can't. So you got to sell them 2 bottles and have them mix it themselves when they leave.
That's silly. So, but it sounds like you have 7,800 SKUs, so there's a lot of open flavors that you could probably have potential use to. I mean,
Yeah.
some companies only have, you know, 1,000, and that's because they do like the 0, 3, and 6. So you guys do, what's your nicotine? Like
We
0,
0, 3, 6, 12, 18, 24, 36.
And 36.
So
Wow.
it's a lot.
and you guys sell a lot of 36 still?
We do.
So you guys have a lot of like real smokers in here that used to smoke and now they're like trying to wean from there.
A lot of ego customers, you know, so when you have a pen style vape, you know, typically it's 18, 24,
Yeah.
sometimes 36 if someone's trying to quit. You go to the mod, you know, everybody knows you can cut way down, but this market, we still have a lot of ego users that aren't interested in going to these big devices, they call them.
So how did you guys come up with a name? E-CIG outlet. I mean,
That was
it,
Mark's idea.
It was just
that
like
was Mark's idea.
it's an E-CIG, and we're just going to be an outlet, have everything. Like,
That's exactly what it was.
Exactly what the
That's
conversation
exactly what it was.
You know, we bounced a bunch of ideas around. And
so what were the ideas that didn't stick? I mean, was it like
God, I'm trying to
fluffer,
remember.
outlet,
No.
E-CIG, something, or?
no, I don't even remember. I remember we were talking like, you know, vape. You know, there weren't a lot out there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's right. I remember we were talking about vape in the name, and I really wasn't for it.
Yeah.
And that was the first kind of maybe not disagreement, but I thought I want E-CIG in the name, right?
Yeah.
And
You were
so
dead set on it.
I was dead set on it. And then he came up with E-CIG Outlet and said, you know, then we can be known as the place that has everything, the hard to find things, the replacement glass for crazy tanks, coils. You know, we've got 9 coil bins over there with 30 drawers each. You know,
So you guys just
270.
have it all.
bunch of everything.
And it was a great idea. It was a great idea because that's kind of how we built our business. Is that we try to get a little bit of everything.
Sure. And then what about the line Moonshine or the desserts? Like, wasn't there other one? Isn't there a Smoothie Monster?
Smoothie Monster and Great Lakes Juice.
Okay.
But I think we did a contest. We did a contest on one of our Muskegon Vape page for names for a line, and we gave the winner a 120 ml bottle. And that was one of the names. And actually, the idea was to have a mason jar
Oh, yeah.
and a little funnel. So we ordered all these little funnels from all over. We're trying to make this niche thing work, and you just couldn't get max VG through any small funnel that you could find. So we abandoned that idea, but kept the name, and so that one of our customers actually picked Michigan Moonshine.
So what about the Great Lakes Juice Company?
So that one's manufactured out of the Big Rapids store.
Okay.
I sat down with my employees, and that was one of the names that that they came up with, and I liked it. And you know, we'd gotten in a little trouble with the Moonshine line. We're Michigan Moonshine, but we got a cease and desist letter out of Minnesota because there's a Moonshine e-liquid up there, and so our attorney sent them, a boilerplate letter back saying that there's many people using that name. We found like 6 shops using the same name.
Sure.
So we got out of that, no problem. But then when we were doing Smoothie, we wanted to do Smoothie Man, and did the research first this time.
Found that there was already a
There's a smoothie man, but there was no
trademark or anything.
correct, no trademark. So we just, to avoid problems, we just went with the smoothie monster.
Okay, sweet. And then how many flavors do you have for that one?
The smoothie line is
Yeah,
a 3 line.
3 line.
flavor.
Okay, cool. So what do you guys? I mean, you guys are here. Do you guys work all the time here? Is it like we don't have
stuff to
to? Like, what do you guys do for fun? Like, you guys are probably childhood friends. So you guys hang out quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we hang. It's funny. I said, "Oh, this will be so much fun. We get to hang out,
We get to work together.
It seems like as it went on, we saw less and less of each other.
It's like a bad marriage. You just like see each other pass it.
Yeah,
Once we
early on, we
expanded,
were always here, you know. But,
Yeah.
you know, it seems like when I'm here, he's off doing something, and when he's here, I'm doing something. But yeah, it's
So-
we're busy people outside of here too. I mean, I've got 2 high school teenagers involved in sports, and they take a lot of time.
Yeah.
you know. So
So do you have any toys? I heard, you got a Jeep, right?
my wife just got her new Jeep. She's wanted forever.
About time. Now we can be part of
Yeah.
the Jeep fan club.
Yeah, like I don't know. You know, we do all the Michigan things. You know, the water, the
Yeah.
golfing.
Golfing, yeah, definitely.
What about you?
I like to golf also. We golfed like our whole lives together. It's so funny because other than the other night, I hadn't golfed in 2 years. It seems like this business, I
Sure.
mean, just the time and stuff, but we both like to golf together and spend time on the water. I have a cottage up in Irons, Michigan. We go
Okay.
up there a lot.
Is it on a certain lake or? Is it,
Little Bass Lake.
okay.
You know?
So you do a ton of fishing up there?
Yeah, we do a lot of fishing. We do a lot of fishing here. My son, he's 20 years old. He loves to fish. He grew up fishing, so he's got a little Starcraft boat that we put a new motor on for him this year. And then my wife and I have a pontoon boat. She's got a lot of back problems, so we got a go slow boat. And
Okay.
so just really the water, golfing, and family.
You guys both look tan, so it can't be that bad of a life,
Yeah,
right?
we don't work weekends very much, I'll say.
Hey, you got to.
Took
You
a
work-
long time
I
to
mean,
get there, but hey, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you worked a lot of weekends at the ice cream place.
Every weekend because those were the busy times.
Yeah.
And we did festivals. We did Taste of Muskegon. We did, every time there was a festival. Taste of Grand Rapids at the John Ballpark Zoo.
Yeah.
All weekends, yeah. I mean, you're a business owner. That's some people have a misconception of it. It's fun. You can create your own schedule, but it's a lot of work, and the
Yeah.
buck stops with you.
Sure.
So.
Do you ever get like sick of it and just say, I don't want to do this anymore? I mean, is it just like, hey, I love my freedom and I want to.
I tell people here, this is the only job I've never got up and said, oh man, I've got to
Yeah.
go to work today.
Yeah.
I've never said it. Not to say that I don't have other things that I could be doing or should be doing, or other things outside of work that I need to do, but I can remember a day where I was just frustrated that I had to go to work today. I don't even feel like it's work. I come and
I think part of it is the
blast.
whole industry. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
everyone who vapes is open to change. I mean, they've smoked just like you for 25 years.
Sure.
And for someone to have a habit of 25 years to say, okay, well, I'm going to try something different. I mean, if you can imagine waking up, brushing your teeth, and then waking up and not brushing your teeth. I mean, it's gross, but it would be like, I forgot to brush my teeth. I mean, it's what we've done for so long.
And when you know how you feel after you've quit, we both enjoy watching the older people. Anyone quit, but especially people who are smoking over 50
Sure.
years. So when you enjoy what you do, you're really never working. And that's kind of what we both enjoy is, people come in here constantly. And we have a good system. When someone's trying to quit smoking, we don't tell them to put the cigarettes down.
Yeah.
We want you to smoke if you have to, vape as much as you can. Your
Yeah.
body will make the switch, and we've had really good luck with it. And
So what is you said that you have a lot of transitional smokers. Like, what is the system that worked for you? Like you said, when someone comes in and they're like, I smoke 2 packs a day, I want to quit. Like, what do you tell them to do?
Well, we ask them how many cigarettes.
Okay.
That will determine the nicotine level.
Okay.
And then we ask them, are you interested in staying with a menthol or tobacco? Would you like to try fruit? See, for me, I try to get people as close to what they're smoking in their first bottle of juice, and I tell them in 4 to 6 weeks when you've quit smoking, if you want to venture out in flavors, that's fine. But in our experience, your success rate's a little bit better if you can start with a tobacco or menthol,
Yeah.
and just in our experience. But some people go right to blueberry and quit. So, one size doesn't fit all. But that's kind of how we guide them into the sample bar there.
Yeah, and I think that some shops would be just the opposite too.
For sure.
You know, they would say, hey, you know, you're smoking a Marlboro Red. We want to get you the farthest thing. Let's try a vanilla custard or something totally opposite. And it's been successful for you guys to stick with the same flavor.
Big time.
Sure.
Big time.
And I think our success was, you know, typically when we opened, we're wife's dragging husband kicking and screaming because the doctor just said it's time to quit. And when you explain to them, don't put the pressure on yourself. I mean,
Exactly.
if you need to have a smoke, have a smoke. Don't. This isn't a definitive moment in your life. It's your choice. I mean, you know. But the more you try this, and from experience, there's gonna come a point. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but there will come a point where, boy, I like this more than I like this. And it's the weirdest thing that I'd ever experienced. The day when I said, man, I don't like these things anymore. I can't believe I just did that.
And a lot of people will go back and try one, you know, and say, God, it tasted bad, but they just feel like they have to, right? 'Cause it's what I'm so used to doing, and every time the longer you vape, it tastes worse and worse and worse. But they got to remind themselves, and it's been
just like anything, you know. You stub your finger a couple times, you're gonna say, I don't want to do that anymore. You know, like let's just switch it up.
Yeah.
So you guys have expos planned. I mean, is there expansion here? I saw that you guys might be looking for a manufacturer, that you're going to have someone else do it on a larger scale.
We're talking about it. We're really apprehensive to expand because of the rules. No new products, no new SKUs, and so I'm not sure how much more we could expand. So what we do is we take what we have out on the road. You know, we're in probably maybe a dozen states right now, but there's a lot more to go, and so we're just really trying to advertise the stuff that we've already had on the shelves with these shows. And you know, some of them are, it's hard to gauge those. I mean, we went to Arizona, that was a $10,000 show there and back with 5 of us. It was a 3-day show, and probably the least
amount of response.
The worst ROI on any show. So you just don't know until you've at least done the circuit once and know the shows. But we're into it and we're committed to it, and you know, we bought a van.
Okay.
So the boys jump in the van and Mark and I fly down the day of and meet them down there.
So they drive the product down there and you guys fly in and do the show and then fly back?
Correct, yeah. And they drive back. They love it though. I mean, Kyler, who works for us, you know Kyler, he's never been out of the state of Michigan. So now he's been to Dallas, Phoenix, you know, Chattanooga.
I feel like he's a traveler.
Atlanta,
I see his posts and he's like, kind of like borderline hippie. Like I love it. It's great.
He's awesome. Great. He's also been here 3 years.
Okay. So what's your longest employee here?
It's Kyler. Okay. It's actually Kyler. Jenny came shortly after Kyler, but Jenny and Kyler have been here probably 3.5. Kyle's 3. And Josh is
relatively new.
But you also want to learn the ice cream store. You know, you got your 3 to 4 solid employees, and then down here rotates a lot, right? So, but Josh has been here close to a year. So, and then prior to that, we had Cody. Eddie was here over a year, and you know, I mean, I learned fast in the ice cream business that your employees are the thing that I like to focus on. Is making sure they're happy.
It sounds like for advice for anybody. I mean, what if someone wants to start an E-CIG outlet, not an E-CIG outlet, but you know, a business
like this?
Like, what would you tell them?
I'm waiting for a funny answer.
Come on.
No, really. I mean, Tom always used to say when we were young, the hardest door to get open is your own car door. It was a sales thing, but it's so true. I have heard 1,000 great businesses from friends of mine over the years.
Yeah.
And I'll say, hey, call Oz and ask him what the hardest door to get open is.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Right.
You know, it's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun.
Yeah.
But if you don't like what you're doing,
change it. And it sounds like from your experience, you know, spending the time with your employees and making sure that they're happy and they take care of the store for you.
Absolutely, because it thwarts theft. It creates a good work environment. Everybody here is incredibly close. We have management in place, so people know who's in charge when Mark and I aren't here, which is important. You know, what I feel is you have to run it like a business, like anything else. If you don't have any business experience, maybe you should take some classes, because it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you don't have a business structure, people, process, product, you know what I mean? I mean, it's all the same. You just have
So
to.
if you're showing up late and you're just like,
then your employees are going to show up late.
exactly.
You know, they're going to emulate what you do. It's just like your kids.
Yep.
You know, when you're raising your kids, if you're breaking the rules, then they're not going to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Either. So you got to set a good example too.
But the nice thing about
You don't sell oil.
Beating the FDA regulations. I mean,
Yeah.
that's our goal. We don't have.
That's the forefront right now.
I mean, that banner out front's $550, and we haven't pulled the trigger yet, just because it's like we're trying to think. Okay, if we have to close in a year, are we going to increase our sales by replacing that banner? You know, everything is a decision now. You know, now you got to something that you used to call, give them the credit card number or whatever. You have to think about every dime that you spend now, because if they shut us down in a year, then why invest more money? And that, back to what you said bothers me about this industry, another thing that bothers me is Mark and I pay payroll taxes, right? We do everything by the book. We do our 941 deposits. The amount of money that they get out of our paychecks, our employees' paychecks, our sales tax
Insane.
is such a large number that it just angers me that the government makes these decisions, right? They could even make more money if they just left us alone and raised the tax on it a little bit, you know, equal with cigarettes maybe. But to shut us down when I know how much money they're collecting from just this store alone.
Just
a
the
year.
labor tax alone is
Right.
money that they've made.
It's terrible. It's a lot, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And there's nothing you can, you know, it's not an uncontrollable expense.
I think Mitten's payroll labor was somewhere in the neighborhood of $400,000 last year.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, can you imagine the taxes that was spent on that?
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly about.
Exactly. I can imagine.
That's actually pretty close to where we were. So that's why we just don't have a lot of future plans, and it's sad because we're
Well, it inhibits
critical-
business, I think, too, you know, because you're like, we could have this, but, you know, we're not going to spend the money because we don't know, and then you should have it because you can make more money from it or something.
Well, right, and it also helps the economy. You know, we're on financial defense. You know,
Sure.
we're not spending money, and the government has forced us into that because you know we both have great ideas. We have plans for expansion. You guys are incredibly innovative. I mean, there are so many things that we could do as an industry, or even just Mark and I together, that is put on hold right now because you know we don't have an answer. We're just in limbo.
So, if this industry crashes and it says, E-CIG out the door, got to do it, what are you guys going to do next? Is there any ideas? Like, start a chartering business and live on the lake?
Yeah, probably.
Well, you know,
Sell everything and move to
we're in our
Mexico?
late 40s, you know, so it might be a little different for us than you guys.
My joke around here is they don't regulate selling rubber sharks to tourists down at the beach.
You know,
So I don't know.
tiki hut.
Yeah.
You know, but it's hard because you know, and that was kind of the thought I think when we talked about expanding to different locations was Tom's son is in college. You know, he's 20 years old, and my kids are younger. And I said, man, you might be retired long before I get a chance to. So, you know, it's hard because I would love to expand
Yeah.
for another
Create a job for your
few
son.
years.
It's a great
At least,
question
I
because
mean-
my wife wonders what I'm going to do if this, you know what I mean?
Because this is your income. This is the only
This
thing
is
you
it.
do.
Yeah, I don't cut trees at all anymore just because of the time. You know, I can go back into that. No problem. I have all my stuff, but you know, it's just to be forced to do something like that just pisses me off, and I just even thinking about it makes me mad because we're helping people, you know, and the healthcare system is so screwed up right now that we have a study that shows how many people are on Medicaid in every state. What percentage of those people smoke? And the highest one is Maryland. 80% of people on Medicaid smoke cigarettes. So
81, you said?
80%.
Holy.
In Maryland. The least was like 22%
Sure.
North Dakota or something. But so you know, there's so many things you could do with that. You know, I mean, the e-cigs could change a lot of things, including healthcare.
I'm thinking just potential income. I mean, that's just
For sure.
81%. I mean, that's a huge percentage of money you can capture.
Right, and you know what? And also, how you know? So the 6% of the sickest people in the country use 80% of the healthcare, and I'm certain that some of those people that smoke that are part of that number, and to get them to quit just opens up a market for us. It helps the healthcare system. Instead of handing out phones, they should be handing out free starter kits to people.
Yeah.
And getting them off the cigarettes. But you know, the tax money just won't ever allow them to do that.
It's all lobbyists.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we know that.
Right, and tobacco and pharmaceutical, what other one other than the NRA is bigger than that?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I want to say thanks, guys, for letting us have the opportunity to talk with you and hearing your story. I mean, it sounds like it's been pretty fun, and there hasn't been a whole, I mean, minus the FDA thing, it sounds like it's been pretty good. But it sounds like you guys have really taken the time to do your research and spend and invest the money. I mean, because like I said, people we talked to, they started with $500. They had no clue about business, you know. And you guys have both been self-employed and good friends from 7th grade. So I want to say thanks for having us out here.
Thanks for coming out. You know, you guys do a lot for this industry, you know, and I'm really happy that you guys came and took the time out of your busy day to come down and interview us, and along with a lot of other shops that you're doing. You guys are really great for the industry, and we've been admiring you for a long time, so we appreciate it, really.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
I think that equally we look up to a lot of people, and you're one of them too.
Yeah,
so
great deal.
There's a lot of things you guys do really right, and there's a lot of things that we do really wrong. So
Well, we don't do everything right either, but you guys are always in it for the industry over yourselves, and I think the people that are in it for their shop over the industry are the people that didn't have the business experience.
Yep, and I think so. I mean, and you know, I mean, the biggest thing with us is, you know, I mean, just like you said, we don't work weekends. We don't, you know, work weekends, but we kind of do. We're always on our phone.
Oh yeah,
always,
for sure. Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like I'm sure the same thing for you. We don't work on the weekends in the shop.
Correct.
But I can't tell you how many times where I've had to go in the middle of nowhere and try to set up a Wi-Fi to set up a wholesale account, or, you know, we're just there's an order that's messed up and we need to change the quantity from 10 to 100 or something, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So,
you may not be there, but you're always working.
Yeah.
I get it, for sure.
Once again, I'd like to thank Tom and Mark from E-CIG Outlet over in the Muskegon store. Don't forget they have a Big Rapids store and a Grand Rapids store. Owned independently, but they're owned together at the same time. So we're going to give away a juice line. And before we talk about that, Tom has some words that he wants to put in there too. So
It's just about the advocacy.
we just talked about how we can say it.
There's a citizen petition that we have everybody sign in all of our stores. We offer a $5 30 mil to sign the citizen petition, which is the state is trying to raise the smoking and vaping age to 21 this December. And then we also have another petition just to eliminate the regulations total altogether. So you can come in any of our stores, sign the petition, get some cheap juice, and you're helping save your own vaping rights as well.
And we'll make sure to put the link down below, so that way, even if you live out of state, you can sign it. Please share this video, because that's really what it's about. We want all this industry to kind of grow together. And I think with people like Tom and Mark, that's really what we need. So, Jamie, what do we got here again?
So we got the Smoothie Monster line, and we got the Michigan Moonshine line. We're gonna be giving both of them away when we post this video. So don't forget, you guys, like, share, subscribe, comment down below what juice line you want to win, and then also comment down below what shop you want to see us go to next. And Tom and Mark, again, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We
Absolutely.
love you guys. Thank you.
Love coming out. Glad we got to hang out with you guys again.
Nice seeing you. Okay. See you guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.